Hi, my name's Jonathan Barfus. I'm a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, and this is Tools for Temple and Family History Consultants. In this video, I'm going to share two principles that will help Temple and Family History Consultants know how they can best serve in their calling and share the joy of Temple and Family History work with others. Now, while the content here is designed for Temple and Family History Consultants, the principles that I'm going to teach here can apply to individuals inside and outside our faith, so everyone is free to continue to watch. In the Church Handbook, these are the listed responsibilities of a Temple and Family History Consultant. In this video, we are not going to cover all of these bullets. In fact, we are only going to focus on the first bullet, which I have highlighted here. This says, help members experience the blessings of discovering their ancestors and performing temple ordinances on their behalf. So, this is what we're going to be focusing on for this presentation, and I just want you guys to realize that what we are going to learn how to do and what we will be doing here brings blessings into the lives of others, which I think is really neat. The first principle I'd like to share with you guys is lead individuals to the spirit of Elijah. Now, when I use the term spirit of Elijah, I'm referring to when the Holy Ghost prompts us or excites us to do temple and family history work. For an analogy, temple and family history work is like flying a kite. If you're going to help someone fly a kite for their first time, you're not going to teach them the principles of aerodynamics and what it does that makes a kite fly. All you're going to do is you're going to give them a kite, tell them to hold on, take them someplace that is windy, and tell them to run. Then, after those simple steps, they run and the kite flies. What I want to highlight here is that it was the wind that made the kite fly, not the instructor or their kite consultant. In a similar way, when we are being a consultant for someone, temple family history work, we don't need to teach them all the specifics of temple and family history work. All we need to do is expose them to the spirit of Elijah. As we expose individuals to temple and family history work, they feel the spirit of Elijah, and they are then carried to where they're supposed to go in the work. This quote from Elder Bednar, I think, captures this well. This quote was originally made for parents and leaders for their children to do temple and family history work, but the principle applies to us as well. He said, "Parents and leaders, please help your children and youth to learn about and experience the spirit of Elijah, but do not overly program this endeavor or provide too much detailed information or training. Invite young people to explore, to experiment, and to learn for themselves." So this principle, he teaches us here that we don't need, in order to help someone do temple and family history work, we don't need to have a wide knowledge of temple and family history work, and we don't need to be expert in it ourselves. All we need to do is invite and expose, and then they'll feel the spirit of Elijah, and they'll start doing the work themselves. Here's some examples of what it might look like to lead individuals to the spirit of Elijah. This looks like helping someone with their family tree or start their family tree. It looks like inviting someone to learn about their family. It can look like teaching someone how to index, assisting someone to find a name to bring to the temple, demonstrate how to search for records on Family Search, encourage others to journal their own history, discover why you love the temple and family history work, then share it with somebody else, and much more. These are just some examples of how simple ways where you can invite someone to do temple and family history work, and then if they do these things, this gives them an opportunity to feel the spirit of Elijah and to feel that excitement. Now, keep in mind that this list isn't comprehensive, and there's plenty more that you can do in order to invite others to the spirit of Elijah. And this list should also hopefully be comforting for temple and family history consultants who don't feel like they know a lot about temple and family history work. Knowing a lot about temple and family history work isn't a requirement. All you need to do is to be able to invite. The second principle I would like to share with you about sharing temple and family history work with others is to help individuals find their gifts or talents in the work. Temple and family history can be a big project, and there are a lot of steps involved. This reminds me of construction, or when like building a temple. This is a rendition of the Leighton Temple, which is being built in my home city. Anywho, I asked my dad, who's a structural engineer, who's involved in the construction of the temple, who is everybody needed, and he listed some of them for me. He listed the architect who designed it, structural engineers who made sure it was structurally sound, mechanical engineer who got all the mechanical needs in, the concrete crew, civil crew, steel erectors, electricians, plumbers, masonry team, the drywall team, glaziers. Side note, that's the word for the people who do the windows. Now you know. And more. I highlight all these because when constructing the temple, none of these individuals knew how to do all of it. The architect didn't know how to do the plumbing, the plumber didn't know how to do the electricity, the electrician didn't know how to do the windows. But all of these steps were important, and we needed these individuals where they worked. And it wouldn't have been the same if one of them didn't do their part. Likewise, temple and family history work needs lots of people. This is a big project, and it requires lots of hands, and it needs a lot of people with different experience. Some individuals are discouraged to do temple and family history work, like I was at one time, because I thought it was just indexing, and I didn't enjoy indexing. So I was discouraged to do it until I found out that there's much more than temple and family history work. Because saying temple and family history work is just indexing is like saying building a temple is just laying bricks. There's so much more involved, and we need a lot of hands. And it's important to note that there is not one part that's more important than the others. Every portion helps. So we as temple and family history consultants, our job is to help people find what all those different parts of temple and family history work are, and help them find where they can best contribute, to see what calls out to them. I thought it might be useful if I listed some of the ways I can think of that contribute to temple and family history work, so you might know how you can help individuals find where they can fit. Once again, this isn't a comprehensive list. Firstly, indexing. That's not one that I enjoy, but there's many people out there who do. Researching records, very important. Journaling, recording your own story, so key. Instagramming or using social media, just like journaling, it records your story. Anything that records your story is a part of temple and family history work. Selfies, for the same reason. Sharing family stories, that helps bring people together. Sharing those stories and creating a culture of sharing stories helps temple and family history work. Asking family members for their own stories, that's really important. Organizing records, being able to compile a bunch of written records that somebody has, that helps with temple and family history work. Serving in the temple, that contributes and is so important for this work, and much more. Hopefully you'll see this list and you'll be able to see how you can help people who are feeling discouraged about temple and family history work see, hey, you can do this, and there's a part here for you. All right, to recap the two principles we covered. 1, lead individuals to the spirit of Elijah, and then let the Holy Ghost do the rest. We don't need to overcomplicate things, and we don't need to have an intense knowledge of temple and family history work. All we need to do is invite, and as we invite, the Holy Ghost does the heavy lifting. 2nd, help individuals find their gifts or talents they can use to contribute to temple and family history work. We all have a part we can contribute to this, and everybody is needed. So if we can help people realize that they are needed here and realize that there's a place for them to be working here, they'll be motivated to do it, and they will come. And I would just like to make a promise to you guys that these principles will help you in your calling. I know they will work because these are the ways that I got into temple and family history work, by learning where I can help contribute, and by feeling that spirit of Elijah and getting that witness for myself, that this is something that is important and where I am needed. And I would just like to encourage you guys to use these principles and to move forward. And I would like to wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for listening.